afternoon, I'm Mai Rodriguez. Today on Newsfeed at noon, President Bongbong Marcos issuing a stern warning to POGOs and internet gaming hubs. The famed Fourth Strip in BGC closing indefinitely starting January 1st. No goodbyes just yet for the DLSU Green Archers as they take Game 2 of the UAAP Men's Basketball Finals. And Saudi Arabia officially announced as the host of the 2034 World Cup. Thanks for joining us. The House Quad Committee resumes its investigation into the bloody war on drugs and extrajudicial killings. Xandro Ochona is monitoring the hearing at the Batasang Pambansa, and he joins us now for an update. Xandro, what can you tell us so far?
The Quadcom will present its progress report next week at the House plenary, and in preparation for that, the four committee heads have given a rundown of what they have uncovered so far. Lead Chair and Committee on Dangerous Drugs Chairman Representative Robert A. Barbers called today's hearing a sort of year-ender as they provide the public a summary of their investigation. Barbers pointed out the illegal drug trade and extrajudicial killings both during the Duterte administration are inseparable, as EJKs were perpetrated, tolerated, and even encouraged during the implementation on the war on drugs. And this was made worse by the alleged rewards system, adding more dead people as collateral damage. Committee on Human Rights Chairman Representative Bienvenido Abante hits at the current senator and former police chief during the implementation of the drug war for calling these deaths as collateral damage. He also lashed at internet trolls for spreading lies about House members and the Quadcom chairman and for condoning the killings. Mai.
Xandro, what can we expect from the Quadcom's progress report next week?
Mai, they are expected to push for 15 new laws connected to the investigation and would recommend cases to be filed against at least 10 individuals. Mai, to also add, just now, ACT Teachers Party List Representative Franz Castro shared a shooting incident that happened last night while she was inside her vehicle in Bonifacio Global City in Taguig City. She is now seeking answers and requested for a full police report on this and requested to invite police officials. She made the request after she claimed that former President Rodrigo Duterte made earlier threats on her life. Mai.
Thank you for that report, Xandro Ochona. President Bongbong Marcos issues a stern warning to Philippine offshore gaming operators and internet gaming hubs. In a social media post, the president stresses all their licenses are already canceled. He adds the government will not allow POGOs and internet gaming hubs to resume operations in the country. Marcos says those who will do so will face the full force of the law. The Commission on Elections has canceled the candidacy of Marikina Mayor Marcy Teodoro for congressman of the city's 1st District. The COMELEC says Teodoro committed material misrepresentation in his certificate of candidacy when he claimed he is eligible to run, having supposedly met the one-year residency requirement. The poll body says Teodoro failed to prove this. Several petitioners had questioned Teodoro's residency, including Senate Minority Leader Coco Pimentel, who is running for the same position. Teodoro can still appeal the poll body's decision. New Cardinal Pablo Virgilio David is set to offer a Thanksgiving Mass upon his return to the Philippines. This will be held at the San Roque Cathedral in Caloocan City Saturday morning. The Mass will be his first in the country since becoming cardinal. The Caloocan bishop was among 21 churchmen elevated by Pope Francis to the title in a ceremony in St. Peter's Basilica on Saturday. David is the 10th Filipino cardinal, the second highest rank in the Catholic Church. Days after publicly apologizing for his short-lived martial law order, South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol goes on the offensive. Yoon called his political opponents anti-state forces, one of the reasons he cited for his attempt to place the country under martial rule. He also defended his declaration as a legal move to protect democracy. Yoon, who has shown no signs of resigning, survived an impeachment vote on Sunday, but another vote is expected this Saturday. Not an easy decision. That's how FBI Director Christopher Wray describes his decision to step down even before he gets fired by President-elect Donald Trump. He was appointed by Trump in 2017. He leaves office early next year. Trump turned on him after the FBI raided his Florida resort in 2022 to recover classified documents he supposedly retained after his first term.
After weeks of careful thought, I've decided the right thing for the Bureau is for me to serve until the end of the current administration in January and then step down. This is not easy for me. I love this place. I love our mission, and I love our people. But my focus is, and always has been, on us and on doing what's right for the FBI.
Back in 2016, Trump also fired his predecessor, James Comey, over the FBI's probe into alleged contacts between Trump's 2016 campaign and Russia. Now, the president-elect calls his resignation as a great day for America. Some personal news from the first couple at the White House. U.S. First Lady Jill Biden reveals she and President Joe Biden are set to become great-grandparents. This sparked a surprised reaction from POGOs, who was so caught off guard he had to make the sign of the cross. Take a look.
I heard this a couple weeks ago, and I was particularly interested because my own granddaughter was going through the same thing, because we're going to be great-grandparents.
The two also reflected on their time in the White House as they prepare to leave next month.
It has been the honor of my life to serve as your First Lady and to join you in this work. But my work doesn't stop in January when Joe and I leave this house.
And let me say to you that it's been an honor in my life to serve as your president the last 4 years. But I'm forever grateful. I really am.
Over now to Britain, where King Charles and Queen Camilla are treated to a performance by the Military Wives Choir. The group performed their new single, November Sunday, in Buckingham Palace. They also sang We Wish a Merry Christmas and presented the royals with gifts. The song November Sunday was officially released by the choir last month to honor the King's 76th birthday. Up next, the famed 4th Strip in BGC closing on January 1st. Find out why when Newsfeed at Noon returns. Stay with us here on BNC. You're back at Newsfeed at Noon. The Asian Development Bank approves a $500 million loan to support the Philippines' public financial management reforms. The funds are expected to be used to enhance national budget frameworks and empower local governments. It also strengthens the role of the private sector in public service delivery, alongside improving climate resilience and preparedness for Filipinos. Goodbye for now to one of Metro Manila's top nightlife destinations. The Bonifacio Global City says the 4th Strip will close on New Year's Day, January 1st. But it adds this is not forever, and they'll be back, quote, better than you remember and better than you can imagine. The 4th Strip was home to some of the hottest clubs and restaurants in the metro, even before BGC became the central business district that it is today. 3 dinosaur skeletons from the Jurassic period will go under the hammer at a London auction this week. Christie's is offering an adult and juvenile Allosaurus as well as a Stegosaurus skeleton. All 3 currently on display at Christie's showrooms were excavated in Wyoming.
So these dinosaurs roamed the earth over 150 million years ago in the Jurassic of Wyoming. And most recently, these beautiful mounts and stands have been assembled in Germany, and they've been sent over here to London, and we set them up just last Thursday. Interest in dinosaurs is truly global. They're an object that transcends national boundaries. And it's because as children, we all grow up with little toy dinosaurs. They're one of our favorite things to see in museums. And they're just wonderful to see in the building and to be able to get this close to them.
Researchers in Sydney taking agri-tech to another level as they develop a robot that's revolutionizing cattle farming. Here's the full story.
Meet Swagbot, an AI-powered robot that could potentially transform cattle farming. Researchers at the University of Sydney are betting on it to make the industry smarter, greener and more efficient.
Once the cattle are used to the robot, they will follow the robot around.
When Swagbot was first launched in 2016, it was a simple herding robot built to handle uneven terrain. Now packed with sensors, AI and machine learning, Swagbot can check the health, type and density of pastures and even keep an eye on the cow's health. Using data to autonomously herd cattle to the best pastures, it can move them before land is overgrazed and soil becomes degraded. Salah Sukarie, whose team made the Swagbot, is a professor of robotics at the University of Sydney.
You want to move the animals to the right part of the pasture where there's good protein, good carbs, and you don't want them to overgraze. You want them to move to the next part of the pasture. And you want to be able to do that in a very fluid manner without fences and so forth.
Farmers constantly assess how many animals their land can support. However, many have little control over where the animals graze within large enclosed areas. And the issue is that overgrazing can lead to poorer soils that support less plant and animal life.
It allows us to assess our paddocks in real time in a much more detailed way than what you can now.
Erin O'Neill is a part-time farmer who attended a recent demonstration of the robot.
Because that allows us to know what bits of pasture are most nutritious, particularly if you've got cattle like we do who are pregnant and therefore need a higher quality pasture to aid them through that pregnancy bit.
Australia, one of the world's top beef exporters, with about 30 million cattle, faces challenges such as labour shortages, poor pastures and environmental concerns. And Professor Sukarie believes that robotics and automation could be key to overcoming these challenges, making farming more efficient and environmentally friendly.
We are taking another breather. Up ahead, Saudi Arabia officially announced as the host of the 2034 World Cup. Keep it here on Newsfeed at noon.
Beauty, health, adventure. This is for you. Join Marie Lozano where she uncovers the untold stories and unexpected surprises in the world of lifestyle.
We wanted to create a space where we could dive into these topics not just by talking to experts, but experiencing the topics firsthand. Let me tell you about the Lifestyle Lab.
On BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Good morning, I'm Ferdy Salvador.
I'm Mikey Oreta, and welcome to Industry Beacon, where we shine a light on the trailblazers, the disruptors, and the industry leaders shaping our future. And in each episode, we'll explore how they're staying ahead in their respective fields, one industry at a time.
The industry changes quite rapidly.
We know where to go. We've got our comfort zone.
Those are early manifestations for the award.
I'm happy you told me that because now I know I'm not getting Alzheimer's.
Industry Beacon on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel. bawat anggulo ng bawat issue.
9 out of 10 Filipinos ang nais na mapanagot ang mga corrupt officials.
Bawat detalye ng mga napapanahong pangyayari.
September 23 nang simulan ng Israel ang air attacks sa Lebanon.
Tuloy-tuloy na ihahati hanggang Sabado at Linggo. Weekend Agenda. Sabado at Linggo, 5:30 p.m. sa BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel. From the filing of candidacies until the last ballot is counted, your newest trusted news source, BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel, will be at the forefront to guide your decisions and guard your vote. Tune in to BNC's Election 2025 special coverage.
This is The Scorecard.
Where you score the latest sports news
and in-depth views. I'm Anton Rojas.
I'm Erica Christensen.
Get ready. Be prepared. Get to the latest stories, updates, and reports about what's happening in the world of sports. Hosted by Anton Rojas, Erica Christensen.
Where sports is our business and business is our sport.
The Scorecard, 9:30 p.m. on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Magandang araw, Pilipinas! Sa bawat issue may iba't ibang anggulo. Sa bawat storya may iba't ibang kwento.
Himayin natin ang bawat sulok at bawat kanto mula sa iba't ibang perspektibo na madaling maintindihan ng karaniwang mamamayan.
Every Saturday na mga magdadag to 11:30 a.m. Kaya huwag kayong papahuli mga kababayan. Manatiling may pakialam sa mga issue sa ating bansa kung kaya samahan niyo kami. Dito lang sa Cuatro Cantos!
Welcome back to Newsfeed at noon. No goodbyes just yet for the DLSU Green Archers in the UAAP Season 87 Men's Basketball Finals. The defending champs bounced back in a thrilling, or more like a heart attack, Game 2 Wednesday against the UP Fighting Maroons at the Mall of Asia Arena in Pasay. LaSalle winning by just a point, 76-75. King Archer and back-to-back MVP Kevin Kiambao led DLSU with 22 points. LaSalle and UP will meet again in the winner-take-all Game 3 on Sunday, December 15 at the Smart Araneta Coliseum in Quezon City. Football fans in Riyadh erupted in cheers as Saudi Arabia officially becomes the host of the 2034 World Cup. The decision was announced by FIFA President Gianni Infantino in Zurich following a virtual congress. It was quickly celebrated in the Gulf Kingdom, with supporters enjoying fireworks and a drone show. Saudi Arabia will become the second nation from the Middle East to host the quadrennial tournament 12 years after neighbors Qatar staged the 2022 edition.
The FIFA World Cup is unique, and it is a unique catalyst as well for positive social change and unity. Because these tournaments, 2030, the celebration, 2034, they are tournaments to unite, not to divide. They are tournaments, of course, to discuss, to debate, and to act. But most importantly, and today is a day of unity and a day of celebration.
In entertainment news, dreams really do come true. That's what Filipino singer Sofronio Vasquez had to say after his historic win on The Voice USA. Vasquez bested 4 other finalists to become the first ever Filipino and Asian to win the singing competition in America. For his final performance, he sang a soulful rendition of A Million Dreams from the film The Greatest Showman. During the blind auditions, Vasquez earned a 4-chair turn and a standing ovation from the judges. Awesome performance. Now, global pop superstar Taylor Swift perfectly sums up her record-breaking Eras tour in just 9 words. Taylor posted a series of photos on Instagram to close this chapter of her career. The caption, "It was rare, I was there, I remember it," a nod to her beloved song, All Too Well. Taylor concluded the Eras tour with a final show in Vancouver on December 8. Her ticket sales grossed over $2 billion. It was reported that she gave out a whopping $197 million in bonuses to everyone who worked with her on the tour for about 2 years. And before we go, Google has released its annual Year in Search for the Philippines, topping the local trending searches this 2024, the keyword heat wave. Also in the top 10, Inside Out 2, Climate Change, Liam Payne, and AI Detector. It's also no surprise that P-pop powerhouse Beanie emerged as the most searched female personality, while double Olympic gold medalist Carlos Yulo ruled the list for male personalities. And those are the news this hour. I'm Mai Rodriguez. Keep it here on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel. Good afternoon.